Welcome to another episode of Semi Sages of the Pages, where we read your first pages and get them ready for publication. And one of the places that we hope that you query is No Bad Books. So, Teresa, you're the executive editor at No Bad Books Press. Why don't you tell the amazing audience what we're looking for, or what tips you have?
So we're looking for good stories with good characters and good world building. It's as easy as that. We do lean spec fiction, so that's going to be mystery, horror, sci-fi, fantasy. Definitely looking for some high fantasy, and I'd love to see a little bit more mystery as well. So if if you've got something kind of out there, definitely check us out, www.nobadbookspress.com.
So hopefully you're getting your story ready, or maybe it's already ready. And we're really excited today to listen to a new author's voice and read their first pages and give you our opinions. Just a reminder, we follow the even better if model, which means we read the pages and then we talk about we celebrate all the things we love about the pages. And then after that, we go through and say, maybe you could tweak this. And it's more of a just idea fairing about things that you might want to take or might not. We don't expect you to agree with everything we say. We just have a back and forth dialogue to try to take your manuscript, to the next level and make it the best it can be as you get ready to query it or publish it.
Yeah, I will say that when I work with authors, what I love is when I'm like, ooh, maybe, try this or something like that. And they go, no, but what I'm going to do instead is dot, dot, dot.
Right.
And that to me is just absolutely perfect. And that is the perfect relationship between an editor and an author.
And since we're building a community of authors, and I know a lot of our friends from the Discord community watch our episodes, please feel free to comment below if you have productive, interesting ideas, things that you love about the writer, the writing, things you're interested in, or your even better if comments so that we can help this author improve the brilliance of writing and of wordsmithing and creating the emotion that we all want to read.
Yeah. All right, you ready?
Oh yeah. That's
Okay.
that's enough getting excited. The excitement's here. Let's go. We need fairy debt. The Adventures of Finch's Flying Devils. Halfway across the dissipating world, far out into the reaches of the Middle Rift, at the helm of a rover specifically bred for annihilation, hunting down the turncoat who, in a world ran by devils and scum, kings and saints, had an uncanny ability to turn three of the four on the one, usually on the kings, and never against the scum. They were the most populous. Out in the bosom of the not so kind stepmother nature, who nursed you with an overly copious serving of lungs filled with ocean, and fed you with the lightning bolts of damnation, and whispered the secrets of the wind into your sails, promising to lift your tub of preservation high enough off the waves for you to have a fantastic bout with consternation before you drowned, even with his grip sturdy to the quarterdeck rail of the frigate of firepower known as the End of Monarchs, even with the rain attacking his eyes and his crew fighting for their own survival over the prize, even with twin leviathans who, if he whisper spoke the wrong whisper, would fold his bird box of crafted timber with a similar sort of spectacle as an elephant attempting to play the violin. Captain Fitch couldn't help but acknowledge, I need to shit. Though it wasn't any of these things listed that caused this most dire clump of anguish and apprehension to strike an uproar in his abdominals. But perhaps it was the shit that came flying out of his topside exit, straight into the face of Sieur Monsieur Salmes Idran Elu Halmas Son, with a name and a title just as obnoxious as his papa's, about the importance of not dealing in the half measures when levying the retribution of rejection to those not invited to the tea party of the cotier. Give a man a plot of land, and he'll ask for the seas next, said Finch. Oh, how the dazzling dandies loved their poems of wordplay. Take back the land, and the man will strive for the world. The bastard of inheritance sipped on his citrus-flavored gin with a type of self-regard only achievable by the born privileged. And apologies
Nice.
if I mispronounced any of the names. I tried really hard. It's not a reflection of
Nice.
you, it's a reflection of me.
Okay. Why, there's a lot in this one. A lot of imagery. A lot of imagery on this one. I like it.
One of the things that I
Mhm.
really found profound as I was reading it was this juxtaposition between wealth and poverty and this toying with the monarchy. And so it has this sense of like historicity. And the whoever wrote this is such a brilliant wordsmith and they have such a like vibrant language. I found that both absolutely awesome, but tricky to read out loud. I think this piece might have been more enjoyable for me personally, just to read silently, because, like with the name, I wasn't exactly sure how to say it. And also, the sentences were very long. And so I was trying to break just with the right punctuation. And I hope I made the right choices there. But I definitely noticed that about this style.
I really liked the humor in it.
Yeah.
And you don't expect it at all. It's this the first sentence is very, very long with a lot of wordsmithing and everything else. And then it ends with I need to shit, which is such a fascinating and such intentional, humorous uh it just great humor there. Um, and there's more to it too, like the phrase with a name and title just as obnoxious as his papa's. Um, so there's definitely some tongue in cheek with this one too.
I like this one. And I had a hard time because I never read them before I read them for you, like before I read them for the audience, because I think that helps the author the most to just see how it sounds. And I always advise people that if you want to proofread, the best thing you can do is hand your story to someone else and have them just read cold and see. One of the things that I didn't fully appreciate when I was reading, but orally, but as I'm looking now that I think is brilliant, is this line if his whisperer spoke the wrong whisper.
Hmm.
So this really interesting, and then the image of, a spectacle as an elephant attempting to play the violin. Like you said, the imagery is incredible.
Yeah. And it opens up a lot of questions. If his whisperer, okay, that's not a common term, that's not a common title. So what's the whisperer doing? It seems like we're maybe on a ship, maybe on a boat. And if the whisperer spoke the wrong whisper, would fold his bird box of crafted timber. That makes me feel like it's like there's magic at play. He has to say the right words for the ship to sail, for it to fly. And if that's not said correctly, they're going to crash.
One of the things that when I was reading, speaking of like author intent, and that seemed like more magical or powerful, but I didn't have fully time to digest it. And I wonder like if more could be done with this. I love this idea, not so kind stepmother nature, stepmother nature. Again, this is like a brilliant idea. It reminds me of in Orwell's book when he starts with the clock striking 13, right?
Mm-hmm.
1984. Because it's such an original idea, stepmother nature. But I wasn't able to maybe seep all of the meaning out of it that I could because I'm a little confused about setting and just maybe characterization because I don't really get that characterization until after. And I wonder if it might help us fully engage if even the idea of needing to shit was a little higher and then the critique. I don't know. I don't know that maybe I think that's too prescriptive maybe, but just maybe allowing me to settle into the place so that then I can appreciate that the scum are everywhere and nobody critiques them or, dares um hunt them down, I think, right?
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think the writing is beautiful and the wordsmithing is gorgeous. I think consider trimming it down a little bit because I think it's easy to get a little lost in some of this imagery. But I mean it's absolutely fascinating too. Um, I love this, promising to lift your tub of preservation high enough off the waves for you to have a fantastic bout with consternation before you drowned. I mean, it's beautiful, but combined with everything else, it's easy to get, I think, a little bit lost in the setting and who the main characters are.
Yeah, because the themes are so powerful. This grappling with the inevitability of death, this dreams versus survival. In fact, to your point, my favorite line doesn't come till the end. I wonder even about this is like an opening line because it's so powerful. When you think of opening lines, you think of things that are truly unique and that you can grab hold of. And for me, I really like this line: give a man a plot of land and he'll ask for the seas next. And then that tells me I'm on a boat, which I think is good, or at least, cues me into I believe we're on a boat. And it also shows me this, I love this deep, how brilliant this author is in playing with the fact that we want stability, but we want to explore, but we want novelty, but we want to constantly be changing. And that, like, welcome to humanity. I mean, I think they've just really found a concise and poetic way to capture what all of us feel. So I really like that line.
Yeah, I do too. Okay. Anything else?
No, I think we should end with the author's last line, which is take back the land and the man will strive for the world. So I hope that this author keeps striving for the world. And I hope some of our comments about evening out dialogue and description help out. And other than that, keep having profound insights. And thank you for sharing your intro with us.
Thank you for sharing. And if you're interested in having your work critiqued, you can go to www.semisagesthepages.com to go ahead and get the form to fill out so you can submit your first pages. If you just want to come and hang out with us on our Discord, Semi-Sages of the Pages, chat with us. It's a wonderful, wonderful community. You may find some beta readers on there, or you may find some people who want to do first page swaps with you. So come and hang out. Thank you so much for submitting this wonderful story.
And we hope there are more people who want to submit. We'll give you our insights, your even better if comment, and you can do that by reaching out to us either at No Bad Books Press, or you can submit to us at semisagesofthepages.com.
You got it. So why are you still here?
Go right.
Go right. Take care.